token for it. Don't worry. You won't get a token for the headmaster or the other person you gotta go visit.
Oh.
I get tokens for the important people.
The headmaster's not important.
Not to the story unless you want to make him important.
Oh dear.
You want to?
I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to be dealing with the headmaster a little bit because he was trying to leave his friend here.
That's true. That's true.
Also, side note, is this a leanable wall?
I mean, it could be. The headmaster's door is like right next to you.
Lean.
Okay.
He likes our corners.
God, I think this might actually work for it.
Oh god.
Oh my god, that might actually... Yeah, that's gonna work for it. Open image, new tab. Hello, everyone!
Kat, I'm about to send you a YouTuber I found that reminds me so much of Aspire, and she's adorable, and she does a lot of cosplay tips and stuff. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the fact that she does actually curse. So she's like an Aspire that curses. It's amazing.
Okay, I gotta see this concept.
I'll show you. I'll post a video after stream if you remind
If
me.
it weren't for the fact that she said hell, I would just desperately need to hear her say fuck to think of her as a human being.
She says hecking.
Heck.
But she said hell before. That is how I know she's
said
alive.
hell. I've said hell quite a few.
You know what? She's very cute. She won a cosplay contest and is going to where did it say she was going? Do you remember Aspire? Because she was at
yeah,
the same con Aspire was at. Yeah.
Sweden, wasn't it?
Sweden.
I don't remember where it's going. Like Sweden, maybe?
I think it's Sweden.
Somewhere in there. That's like over there. It's not here.
I will go find her really, really fast while we're doing our thing. Yeah. There she is. There you go. Go take a look at her when you get a chance.
Alright, that ability is on cooldown for now. Alright.
Yes, because you helped me fly down.
Yes. I'm glad you know what I was talking about.
The last time, the party made their way into, I'm just gonna start calling her Fremore Academy. Why? Because yeah. No. Furry Cow is more gorgeous than the DM. Yes, anyway.
Continue recap. Focus.
I'm attempting.
Focus.
I'm tempted to focus. If my players focus.
I'm focusing. I'm listening.
Yeah.
But they made their way into Fremore Academy and began. Well, one of them began poking around, looking for the information they were searching for, and other information was acquired for some others. But then they began poking around in other things, and poking led to going underground. And poking ended up getting them in trouble. Now they're in the principal's office, essentially. Whereas Leo and his two, as this player has pointed out to me, that is probably the group that probably should have got in trouble, not the one that did.
And they've been the most well-behaved. They've just been following Leo while he asks questions.
Hell knows better.
Yes.
And the
It's
other
a
one is like,
fancy
okay,
place.
yeah, fancy place, just follow Leo's lead. Don't get in trouble. Just stay out of the way. As much as a huge individual can.
Yeah.
But information was gotten, and more information was gotten off stream, and you know what? We'll open up in the assistant headmaster's office
Oh God, why?
because we can. The three of you are in there sitting.
Danika's standing in the corner, ominously.
Yeah.
Yep.
You all hear a faint pop sound as far as from the office directly next to hers.
Oh dear.
And there is like defogged glass on some of the sections of wall, so you do see a figure now moving around in there. Is anything going on with you three?
Meaning.
That was DM asking.
Oh.
I have no words for this particular moment unless can burst with.
Nate is losing hope that they can break out of this small office room, which is really sad.
You could just get up and make a run for it and hope.
If there's a figure moving behind one of the doors, that's probably not an exit. And there's two doors, which means that the other door is an exit.
God damn it.
There's a door here, and there's a door
Yes.
here.
Right. Okay.
You know what? I'm going to door here, door here.
Okay, the door opposite the desk is also more likely to be an exit. This makes sense.
This would be the exit.
Yes.
That leads to the headmaster's office.
Right. Okay, so we know slightly more than we knew before.
There you go.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. That's how this works. That's
Uh,
correct.
Is my brain link with Seraphina still open?
Let me look at how this thing works again, because I don't think it
I think it's
she has to be the one to initiate it, I think.
I think that is how it works.
Yeah, you can speak telepathically to any creature within 30 feet of you. The creature understands you only if the two of you share a language. You speak telepathically in this way to one creature at a time. So you cannot initiate it to me, but you can tap me to try and get my attention.
Well, he has already done that once. I don't know whether he should give up or not, and neither does he.
Can roll for it.
You know what? All right, D20. What are we feeling? Okay, he's tapping you.
Wait,
Mental.
did you just say yours was limited to language? Make sure I heard that right.
Yeah, it's limited to if I and the other creature that I am speaking telepathically with understand the same language.
Okay, gotcha.
A similar language. As long as we have one language in common, we can talk.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, continue. Sorry.
All good. Yes.
I have a crowbar in my bag.
Okay, what's a crowbar got to do with anything?
Do you think the windows are reinforced on the doors?
Why?
You can certainly try, but
Oh
it
no.
would be a
Can hear
very,
you.
very hard thing to attempt.
She can hear my brain.
You haven't been subtle that you've been talking.
That was Nate, not even me. He's just like, she can hear me.
Yes, I can. I can hear all of you. You're in my office, after all.
Well, whatever plan that was, Plan F is sunk.
I think
Plan
you're
F
on to
has failed.
H.
All right, how to make a plan without thinking about the plan. Go.
Act spontaneously.
You know what? Roll me an intelligence check, Seraphina.
Oh god. Intelligence?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, that's not dice.
Never mind.
Dice. That's
Hmm.
10.
Nope.
Also, question, since I'm not connected to them right now, I didn't hear her talk to them, right?
No.
Okay. So I just see their
Actually-
faces right now.
Actually, real quick, Nate, roll me an intelligence check, just for shits and giggles.
Okay. I don't think that is going to help.
Was it worse than Seraphina's?
It was a 14, so
Okay. That's better.
yeah.
She only spoke in your heads after the mental link was done.
After it was done.
After Seraphina did the mental link.
Oh, okay. I see.
So in a sense, the
does
mental
help.
link is kind of working like a kind of like a message spell in a
It's
sense.
It's a
Sort of.
radio signal that she can intercept. That makes sense.
It's the brain walkie-talkie.
Yes. So we're
Also-
all on our own, despite all sitting in the same room together.
Indeed. And to be honest, she hasn't looked up from what she's doing at the moment.
That does not inspire comfort. That's not good.
It wasn't meant to. I'll be completely honest, it was not meant to. I'm scared of this character I've created.
I think we're taking a temporary break from trying to escape. A tactical retreat of sorts.
Oh my god. Please don't make your situation worse.
How could it be worse?
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why?
Roll me a d20. No, I'm just kidding.
Why?
Well, fuck.
Why?
We've somehow pissed off the big bad. Danika's been re-kidnapped. Everyone else is just dead.
If the big bad showed up, we could definitely use that to get out of this office.
Oh my
What if
god.
the big bad is the freaking dean and we're in its lair? Nate?
That's how it feels right now.
Why would the dean be the big bad?
I don't know, okay? Like,
Is it
listen.
always the leader of the school that's the big bad?
No, but listen.
You watch too much anime.
I watch TV in general. I did consume too much fiction.
Damn, how'd you know?
Anyways.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll go to the other group now.
Yeah, he's heading to where he was told that he could find that teacher. So he could deliver the thingy.
Well, luckily, you don't have to worry about walking too far, because as you get close, you begin to hear noises coming out of one classroom that sound rather animalistic. Creatures making noises in a door.
He's going to knock on the door.
Door is open.
Oh, it's open? Okay, so he'll
It's
just
open.
poke his head in.
Okay, one moment. Let me do this and this. Just as a
Okay.
hold on.
Oh dear. of cages.
So yeah, you would enter the door about there and poke your head in. You see all these cages lined up against the walls.
Hello?
This one back. Well, first, this one. Oh, I didn't. I said there. My hand was over here, and why did it make an arrow? Whatever. You see an owlbear in that cage. You see a behir in that cage. You see a dragon wormling in that one.
Ooh. Now you piqued his interest.
I know. You see some smaller ones in these. And in this one, you don't see anything. The cage door is also open.
That seems fine.
But yeah. So?
He's gonna go in. Gotta look around. Does he see anybody?
Hey, hold on. I'll be down in a moment. You look up, and he seems to be holding on to something flying up in the air.
Having some trouble, friend.
He is, well, he's a bit jumpy.
What is it? The player asking.
Give me one moment. I didn't have a plan for this one, I'll be honest.
Some flying creature.
It has flappy wings, so I will make it a... Wait, what is that? DM found something for later, don't worry.
Oh dear.
For later. We don't need for later.
I found something I should not have found.
Maybe
Should I just say
leave
it's a giant... Should
Put
I
that
just say
thing
it's
back
a
where it came
giant
from, or she'll
finch?
help me.
I should
Giant
totally say it's just a
finch.
giant finch. Just a bird. No, I can't do that. That's no fun.
There's a temptation. He wants to pull out a piece of bread or something and try to call it down.
You know what? You see like a little piece of flaming ash falling off of it as it's flying in the air. And you begin to notice it has... The professor has like these very thick leather gloves on as he's clinging to it.
Mm.
Well, I don't think my Hellfire Hawk liked being in that cage.
Oh, a lot of things don't like being in cages. He can walk over and look at this while he's waiting.
I would be very careful with that. Don't open that door, please.
Oh, I don't want to end up in your situation, so I'm not gonna open the door.
Well, I'd be more worried about what happens to the academy if you open that door.
He's just gonna
That cage
look
is...
at the wormling and Draconic say hello.
What you hear is... It's a wormling, yes. But you hear almost a deep, bassy, rocky voice come back from it. As you notice, it has this dark brown, crackled skin. I would, don't open that. The cage is seismic protected.
I'm not gonna open it. I promise.
That is an earthquake dragon wormling.
Cool.
Not cool. Well, not for the academy, anyways.
Well, why do you got it in a cage?
So it doesn't demolish the academy.
Right. When you're done playing with your bird, I've got something for you.
All right, one moment. Did I give you a name for this professor, by the way? Did...
No, you just
Okay,
said how to find him.
Okay, cool. So the bullywug didn't give you the name. Perfect. That actually makes a whole lot more sense.
No, he just said the creature study professor.
When you looked in the door, it said Professor Piscan, Piscan.
Okay. Okay.
One moment. You see him. Oh, you know I hate to do this, but unfortunately I have to. And he lets go with one hand. And he's currently holding on to like where the wing meets the bird itself with his other and just like gripping tightly.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs at his belt. And you see him just kind of jab it with something. And mind you, this room, he's about 30 feet in the air.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a big, wide room for the animals. The bird instantly goes limp and he plummets. And he positions himself under the bird.
Oh.
Which, as it falls, the bird is slightly bigger. It's about his size. This man looks probably about 5'8", 5'9". It's a big bird. It's a big bird. And soon you hear a poof on the ground. Oh! Yes, lands right next to it, so he kind of just rolls it into the cage and shuts the cage and locks it. I'm feeding you through the cage from now on. Oh.
Leo really wants to tempt fate and play with the dragon. Okay, like. He's half focused on the dragon, half focused on the
This is
situation.
But, something for me, you said.
Yeah, from the swamp, I guess.
Oh, great. That old word finally came through, did he?
He'll hold out the cloth thing.
He unwraps it, and you see a journal. Or at least a very old leather-bound book. Oh, he wasn't joking. This thing is old.
Mind if I ask what it is?
Well, I think this is the old Academy Creature Studies Journal from the old Academy.
There's an old academy.
There was many, many, many years ago. Way back before my time.
Hmm.
You notice this is a human man.
Mm-hmm. What happened to it?
Steeped in dark history, that place. Apparently some people tried to bring necromancy to the forefront of the study courses, and a lot of people didn't enjoy it, but things went wrong, and, well, you can probably guess the rest.
Mm. Right. Is that why they banned like the soul magic stuff?
That would actually be around the same time, yes. I think that actually attributed to it.
Yeah, I was told to go ask the headmaster about it.
He might give you answers.
Yeah, I more just want to find out what something is and how necessary it is to protect it, just in case anything happens.
Is this fair?
He's already got an idea, but that's mainly why he wants to ask, like,
Mm-hmm.
what do I do with this?
What do I do with this thing here?
Yeah.
What do I do with it? Do I touch it?
Tap on the bars.
When you touch the bar, you feel a vibration to the bars.
So, what do you plan to do with all these creatures besides keep them in a cage?
Well, I don't keep them in the cages for long. I bring them in. Well, he'll look at the dragon. That one I have to make. I have to find a way to get it to Dracaris.
Hmm.
But the rest of them will be released into the surrounding forests and, well, looks at the hawk. That one's just an asshole. He'll go back to the hells later.
Do I even want to know how you got it from the hells?
You order a hawk, you don't expect it to be from another plane, and they send you that.
I think it just needs some training.
These are used as warbirds for fiends.
See, it can be trained.
Their specialty is ripping the heads off of those they go against.
I like it.
You know, I'm a little concerned now.
I tend to have that effect on people.
I believe it.
Have you ever thought of just asking the dragon to go home? They're
It's a
pretty
wormling.
smart.
It can't well, the problem is it's not from Dracaris. I don't think. I found it as an egg in the swamp.
Hmm.
I think its parent might have flown over a few years ago, maybe. And it just kind of dropped.
Parents might be looking for it.
Another reason why I wish to try and get it to Dracaris as quickly as I can. I'm worried about that one, leveling the school. Its parent could level everything within 50 miles. They're known as a catastrophe dragon. Very rare, and I prefer not to have that be my reputation of bringing that destruction.
So you've had it in a cage for a few years now?
Well, as an egg, it just recently hatched.
Ah. Probably explains why it doesn't understand me.
Oh, no, it understands.
Yeah.
While they speak Draconic, their responses are more on it's a more primordial Draconic that they respond with.
Hmm. Where is this place?
Which one?
Whatever, the dragon place.
It's the far southern continent, I believe. Big chain of islands. It should actually be labeled. That one, I believe.
The unnamed islands?
No, very bottom.
Very bottom. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's one thing I didn't actually open. Thank you.
Hmm.
I myself have been opening those up just so I have it. There we go.
You know how badly he wants to be able to take a dragon home.
Oh, DM understands.
DM
DM is
understands
also-
because of his backstory, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I made the mistake of finding
Well,
a different type of dragon.
I mean, if it would behave as far as not destroying anything, it could just be taken back there by anyone.
The easiest way would be to get it over to Mistralis and have it sent there, which I'm close to being able to afford. They're scared to transport anything to Dracaris for... Once you open the teleportation, they, it remains open for longer than the normal 6 seconds. So anything nearby could just get through.
So you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news first. Good news tends to cover up the bad news.
Bad news is I'm already heading that way. Good news, I'm already heading that way. Eventually.
You're not going to Dracaris, are you?
No, but I am going to Mistralis to go to the mountains.
Well,
I would have to come back, but if it was willing to behave itself, as he kind of looks back at it.
you see it? It's kind of just staring at you, and it perpetually has this look of... I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe this look. It's like it's a straight face, like it shows no emotion, but it also just looks angry because of the way the skin looks like rocks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just staring at you with that look.
This is either going to be a mistake or this is going to go well. So we're going to find out. So are you willing to behave yourself? As he kind of holds his hand to the cage.
Roll me an animal handling with disadvantage.
God damn it. So this was either going to go well or it's going to go very poorly, very quickly. Disadvantage?
Mhm.
13?
Roll me a dexterity save.
That is also 13.
Because it's a young dragon, it's fast enough. You pull your hand back as it snaps at you.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
I had to sit here and think, I was like, it's a young dragon. It's going to try and bite him. It's going to try. See if you can convince it to not. Well, shit.
Well, if you're good, I'll come back and let you out of this cage. long as you promise not to destroy anything.
It just continues to look at you.
Yeah.
It's fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it. What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know, Leah's threatening to let something out of a cage that can destroy things.
Oh, as a fun fact for players, there's a list of 7 of these things.
Oh, I imagine.
Catastrophe dragons, yeah.
There's been no sign of its parent since?
Not yet. Which both worries me and, well, worries a lot of people, being as we found this nearby.
I can ask around, see if anybody spotted him.
It might be best.
I wouldn't mention, well, I want to find some better accommodation, though, than keeping it locked in a cage. I don't think the parents would be happy to find that out.
No, they will not. Again, it just hatched recently. I was more keeping the egg from being able to be taken.
Fair. I'm not sure how long we're going to be around, so I might come back to visit a couple times. See if I can get it to at least not try to bite me. Shows no fear to this thing. Huh. I should probably go and talk with the headmaster then. That out of the way.
Best of luck. You have to pass through the assistant headmasters.
Oh, I've heard
Chambers first.
lovely stories about her from Professor Lopus.
Oh, I bet. She just recently started here a couple months ago.
I can be charming when I want to be.
It doesn't work on her.
Doesn't mean a man can't try.
Just be careful. We lost the professor because of her. And not in a good way.
Good. Yeah, I'll be back.
Huh?
Just gonna look at the dragon, say be good, and head out.
Enough.
He wants to train the baby to be good so he can get it to his parents.
So I'm going to go ahead and do this. As the school is leveled. No, I'm just kidding. The cage pops open after Leo messed with them. I'm just kidding. Leo, how dare you?
Oh dear. Yeah, so he will head that direction, eventually get there. I don't know what they're doing in the meantime. I'm assuming this is on a higher level of the school. Or is it on the first floor?
Well, how to word it is.
I know that you said that she could overlook the courtyard, so they're definitely not on the first floor.
Yeah, no. You do once you get to like the lobby area, you do see this big glass window. About what did I say, like 75 feet up, or how tall? What did I say up?
I think it was like about that. Sounds about right.
Okay. Well, you do see this glass window, and you can just see a shape on the other side of it.
Mhm.
As you look around, you do see the entrance, like the desk at the entrance, as far as when you come in before, you see the same desk.
Mhm. I mean, he could just ask the front desk how to get to her.
Yeah, you
It
could.
wasn't too far from the lobby.
Yeah, you want to head over to that? That's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, he'll just ask whoever's there where to get up to the
You-
headmaster.
You head over and you see one behind the counter. Um, well, do you have an appointment with him?
No, I was kind of hoping to ask him a few questions and maybe see if he could help me find a class this one could go to. Kind of points
Yeah.
to his friend there.
One moment, I want to make sure he's not busy real quick. And you just see her eyes, like, glaze over. She doesn't speak, nothing. She just kind of eyes glaze over. She stares off into the distance.
Kind
And
of waves a hand for her.
her eyes go back to normal. He said go ahead and send you up. He's not busy at the moment.
Alright. Okay. Yeah.
And she'll motion to a door. Well, not a door, because you don't see it initially. But she'll wave her hand, and to the left of her desk, you start hearing rock grinding and stone grinding at stone as part of the wall just sinks down into the ground.
You wouldn't have been able to escape anyway. You would have found a wall.
Just head up those steps there. The assistant headmaster may be in her office, so tread carefully, but
I've been
she'll
warned.
probably know. Oh, good. Or it's getting around to even the visitors.
Yeah, I asked questions.
Just go ahead.
Yeah.
She just motions for you to go ahead through the wall.
You will head up there then.
You enter through the wall and you just see the stone spiral staircase that heads up. So you head up it and you get to a door. And as you guys are sitting, Nate and Seraphina, as you're sitting there in the chair, and you see figures moving on the other frosted glass window on that door that doesn't go to the headmaster's office, but the other one. One of them being a much taller figure.
Just gonna knock.
Wait, I just realized I'm leaning against frosted glass, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Oh, good. There's this mysterious red splotch.
Yeah, they're just a
He
faint
doesn't
color
know
of
you guys
red
are
in the
here.
corner.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I just realized.
No.
Oh, right. My back has been to glass this entire time. I'm sure that's fine.
he's gonna knock
Yeah, you,
on the door.
And,
He's gonna open the door.
Uh-huh.
Start to enter. Look at everybody.
Waves.
What did they do?
I called him trespassing.
It wasn't like that.
Face palms. Weren't you the one telling us not to cause problems?
And I didn't think we were.
Going
You
to
went-
somewhere that you were trespassing means there was probably signs of no.
There was really.
For the record, there were no signs that said that we were trespassing.
Well, to be correcting you all, there were signs that indicated the area you had entered prior to your other trespassing did say staff only.
He's continuing to facepalm.
And although you were given a key to enter, you were not given permission to enter a secret passage that led to the old ruins beneath the school.
It wasn't very secret if we found it.
I call it
How'd you
dumb
find it
luck.
exactly?
Oh, yeah, one of the teachers explained what that used to be. That was interesting. Kinda sucks that that was the situation.
What? Wait, you know things?
Yeah, it's called asking, like a normal person.
I didn't know it was there until we found it!
The headmaster's in his chambers if you wish to go speak with him.
I would love that. You all can sit there and think about what you did.
Nothing.
I just.
Wait, the door is open.
As these two
He's
enter,
resisting the urge.
the door slams behind them.
Oh.
Kel.
No, it wasn't Kel that slammed it.
No. Kel, for the love of everything, make sure that they don't cause any more trouble.
Kel just comes
I
over
wanted
and
to be able to come
sits
back.
in front of the door. Kel just sits in front of the door.
He's gonna do that thing, like he's watching you. Look at you, Seraphina. He's gonna head in here or knock on this door.
Enter.
Danica's
You
gonna
see-
wait for that door to close.
Huh?
And you see her trying very hard to suppress a giggle.
Fair.
That reaction was just beautiful.
And now this door just kind of shuts. There's a slam. This one just shuts quickly. Kel kind of looks over at you, Danika. You all got in trouble.
You didn't know, I was just supervising.
They got in trouble.
It wasn't intentional.
I figured this could be a learning moment.
Learning
I'm starting
what?
to realize it's going to... Well, you know, this whole running off and exploring thing.
I asked if we could. You said yes.
I said nothing.
And I wasn't even there.
You offered to fly me down the hole.
It doesn't sound like a yes. It sounds like she just went along with it because you suggested it.
I'm so glad he's not listening to this conversation.
I'll just looks up at the lady. Can I sharpen my axe? Please don't leave it where it is. Okay.
Danika braining over to Kel. You should have seen their faces like this entire time.
He's just laughing out loud. He doesn't have the capacity to try and laugh in his head. Come on now.
That's how difficult is it to just to think laugh without just laugh?
Yes.
That would be how it would sound.
Oh, this has been an adventure. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
good here.
Leo, you enter this room. And at first, the figure behind the desk, back's turned to you. But the robes are very familiar.
Excuse me.
Turns around and... Oh, it's you! Hello!
Oh, yeah, you were checking the classrooms earlier, weren't you?
I was. I always walk around at least once or twice a week, checking in on professors as... Make sure everything is going as it should be. Make sure no accidents are happening. No students are dying in their classes, that sort of thing.
That's probably a good thing to check. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was told that I could ask you a question about soul magic.
One moment. He waves his hand, and you guys, in her office, the frosted glass along that wall connected to that office goes completely opaque. You can't even see through it.
Can I make a check to eavesdrop their conversation?
You can hear nothing.
Magic.
Magic!
And in
Magic
fact,
sucks.
and in fact, the whole room around you grows a bit darker, Leo.
Hmm?
But you can see this because all the windows in his office have just gone dark.
Not a favorite topic from what I'm understanding.
Less not a good topic and more one we like to...
I kind of heard about what happened to the old version of the school.
Yes, it very tragic indeed. I was just still a professor at that point.
He'll pull out the two soul balls, the empty one and the one with that his mom left, and he'll kind of hold it out. My mom left me this one. I'm not sure what the other one was or if it ever had one in it, but I think it has a part of her soul in it.
He'll put his hand out, to look at it.
Yeah, he'll hand him over.
Well, one, he quickly looks it over. No, this one never had anything within it. Looks like it was primed to take in a piece of soul or even memory, from what I can tell. Sets it back down. This one, it still contains a piece. Looks like this one also contained memory.
Yeah.
Well, I would hold on close to these. Don't let them fall into anyone's hands. Soul magic is still a touchy subject. Falls in the same realm as time magic these days.
I wouldn't really know. I'm not big on magic.
People have been attempting to traverse time in order to change things. Mostly to, well, one of our professors is taking a bit of time off after we caught him drawing runic symbols all over his room.
Oh.
Apparently he attempted to go back and converse with a god while they still walk the plane.
That sounds like a bad idea.
It was. He has no mind left. He's completely insane.
Huh.
The symbols, while they were runic, they were nonsense. There was no actual phrasing behind it.
What's with all these people and wanting to, talk or revive gods lately?
Revive, I wouldn't know much about.
I was gonna go check out that weird cult. I heard there was some rumor they might be some members left over there.
I wouldn't be worried about them.
Never
They
hurts to
may.
check.
It wouldn't. It's a good thing to check out, but just be wary. Most of the time it's just rumors or people trying to grow fear to hide something else. But I guess I should fill you in at least on the story of what actually happened down there.
About all I got was necromantic stuff happened.
Well, a teacher decided one day that they wished to go beyond the clerical teachings they were supposed to be doing. Meaning, we do sometimes offer us, we had at one point offered our services to revive high-ranking military officials that fell in battle, should their bodies be brought to us. But they decided to go beyond that and had a couple of bodies exhumed and brought in. He tried to get one of his students to attempt to revive them with something darker, not your normal revival spells, and instead of its soul, it brought back a demon of sorts. One that was not able to be contained by any professor, including myself. The only way to get rid of them and protect the land and the remainder of the students who were able to escape before being slaughtered was to bury the school and seal them within it.
Which makes a lot more sense why my friends are stuck in the office over there. Don't want to accidentally wake something up.
Well, they would have a hard time, as although very few of the professors from then still are around, myself and a few of them used sealing magic to lock them away in the chamber that they were brought forth in. The problem is, 2 of them were made, but as we were sealing them away, we heard more than just them within the chamber. Seems the demons themselves were able to resurrect the bodies of the people that they slaughtered.
Right. So, off limits. I'm not gonna tell don't tell the little one the story. You'd want to go snoop.
Miss Seraphina will not learn the story.
Ah, so you do know her.
I know the name of every student that has gone to this school, or, well, every student enrolled.
Yeah.
And if a
from-
former student enters, their name is shown to me again.
You know what happened to her professor by any chance?
I was hoping she might be able to say something about that.
She's got some sort of letter, but no information on when it's supposed to open.
Couldn't help her there either. The man just up and vanished one day.
Hmm. Oh, another question for you then.
Yes?
My friend here could use some help finding where he'd fit in.
He looks at him. And he looks confused at first. Huh. We were wondering what happened to you.
Hmm.
Your friend here was once a student.
Huh.
Many years ago.
Any idea why he was sent away to a different place?
Well, I'm sure you met the professor in charge of... I'm sure you met Professor Arares. God damn it, why'd I make this professor's name so difficult to pronounce?
I probably
The
have it written down, I just don't
the
know.
the Far Realm professor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, he was a student of his. I believe he had asked some questions, and they were talking, helping him with an assignment, and something came through a breach in that classroom.
Hmm.
Both of their minds went, but the professor's was a bit recoverable.
That was
And
the... Yeah, okay, now I'm remembering which one that is. Okay.
Yeah, the Gith, the one who was like
Yeah,
completely gone. Unfortunately, his family came and collected him and sent a letter to us saying they were unable to assist him further and they may send him back, but apparently they did not.
No, I found him by himself, actually. I'd
Very
like
unfortunate.
to be able to keep in contact with him and maybe see if he could come back here then.
Well, he's a bit old to be a student now. Well, older than most of them. Can, however, get him in helping with his former professor. That man could use all the help he can get.
More ways than one.
Oh, trust me, I'm aware. That's actually one of my most entertaining classes to peek in on.
What do you think of this, Cask?
Oh, I could... I remember a bit. I think I'll be okay here.
Now I just need to find an item so I can keep in contact with you.
We can take care of that. We can see what we have laying around. That way he can reach out to you, and once he does, the item will appear in your bag as well.
Sounds like a plan, then. Speaking of magic items, another weird question. You got anything for, not pocket planes? actual travel to another one?
We do not.
Damn
The only professor that can... Each professor that specializes in a plane can traverse to that plane. The only professor that can freely move to all of them would be Professor Zircon.
Yeah, I spoke with her. She's lovely. I would like. I did promise I would do something for her first, though.
She is one of our best professors, to be honest.
At
I'm
least
surprised.
At least I know where I can go when I'm ready to go to those places.
To be honest, we're surprised we still have her.
Hmm.
Well, I'm sure you noticed when you entered her room, her classroom was connected to the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
She's not an air genasi.
She's not?
She's not an earth genasi. She's a planar genasi. She was born of the connections between. There are others like her, and they spend most of their time protecting those points between the primordial planes.
Makes sense.
Making sure things can't get through where they're able to. Some entry points are more insignificant than others, where the beings can't get through and cause any damage. However, there's others that were creatures and beings able to come through, so it would be nothing to stop them. Which is their job, to stop them.
Hmm. I think I'll do what she wanted me to do first, and then I'll try asking her if she'd mind helping me get to places.
She may be able to when she's able to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other professors that could help me if she can't.
Just be careful of going with Professor Zabu to the Feywild. He's
Oh.
very jumpy when it comes to...
Oh, I got that. Funny thing about that. Turns out he knows my mom.
Who was your mother?
She let him out of a cage?
I'll be honest, that tells me nothing.
Uh,
That man has so many stories. I don't know how he keeps his own head on straight.
if I tell you, is it gonna freak you out in any way?
Don't believe so. Not really. To be honest, nothing can really surprise me much anymore.
One second. I don't even remember what I fucking said the mom's name was. Scrolling. Kiara Cyrodiil?
I'm actually unaware.
Oh, good. That makes my life easier. Unless she went by a different name. I don't know then. That wouldn't surprise me, actually. Surprised he doesn't recognize the last name.
He never said he didn't recognize the last name.
That's true.
Is there anything else you need?
No, I think that's it. I should probably go see what I can do to get them out of trouble.
I'll be free to walk out when you're ready to leave.
Kind of like to make them sweat. You think the lady over there would play along?
I would not say she would. She's a stickler for the rules.
Let's see what we can do here. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Nothing else, he's gonna leave.
Okay. You leave the room.
Now he's questioning, did Mom go by a different name when she was here? It's fine.
I am tempted for a thing, but I'm unsure if I should do this before Leo got back.
Oh.
Alright. What is that?
You know what? Quick bringing over to Small Bean real quick.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so serious question for you.
Alright.
Why do you run off like you do?
I don't intend to. I just get excited.
So when you get excited, you explore at high speed.
In a way, I suppose? It's something that intrigues me. I want to figure it out as quickly as possible. Anything to find an answer. And if an answer requires an action, act quickly. With as many siblings as I had, if you did not move quickly, you did not keep up.
Right. Just
Oh.
try not to let that lead you into a cult-like blood sacrifice or something.
I'm trying not to. Why I asked if you thought it was a good idea. I'm not the best judge of spooky things or bad things. If it's information, it's good to me.
I see. Okay, I'm good here. Now Leo's free to enter.
Okay. He's gonna enter, and he is gonna walk up to her desk. Okay, so... how much trouble are they actually in?
Well, being as they decided to traverse into a secure location. Normally it'd be a tremendous amount. But luckily for them, the professor, well, the headmaster, the DM mess up, that's my bad. The headmaster decided if they're willing to leave, then they will not have anything come against them.
Well, just for them, right? I'd like to come back for a few reasons.
Well, they can return. They just must leave today. And she'll look purposely over at you two.
Make sure someone else is keeping an eye on them next time.
I'm sure they won't do it again.
Oh, I'm sure they won't, right?
What was that? That's fine.
You're so quiet. Good, good, because I'm getting you a leash.
Not
Oh
necessary.
no, not the leash. As Kel's over there, like, not a leash. Not a leash.
I'm gonna tie a damn rope to you.
But is that really necessary?
Keep disappearing, getting into. I left you in a library. How did you end up underground?
I can explain, show you, which I think is a bad thing. Looks over at the assistant.
I don't. No. After I've heard enough stories about down there that I don't want to go down there, and I don't want you going down there. Bad place. Bad. Okay. No.
But
No buts. I don't need you accidentally releasing shit.
releasing what?
Exactly. Leave it be. That's all you need to know. No more. Who wants to see a baby dragon?
Oh, what?
There's a baby dragon in the creature study room. We could quickly take a look on our way out. It's right by the lobby. It's nice. It tried to bite my hand off.
That doesn't
How
sound
enthused do those two look over there?
Not
Look.
enthused.
Look, hear me out here. We're already going to Mistralis at some point. At least I am. I'm gonna try to make it calm down enough to maybe take it there. Is that okay? I think that's fine. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
You're a very intriguing individual.
So, wait,
Look at that
hold on a
lot.
minute. You get to poke the dangerous things, and I don't.
It's a baby. It's scared. It's locked in a cage.
And what do you mean there's a dragon in the creature study room?
Well, they, I guess, found like an egg or something, and they were trying to get it back to its, Dracaris or something. I was offering to possibly take it with me if I can keep it calm.
Oh dear.
It's, Dave is just, like I said, it's a baby. It's scared. And unfortunately, there's been no sign of the parents, which is not always a good thing. Either they somehow lost it, or they left it there on purpose and people found it. The fact no one sighted them is kind of, a concern in itself. Are there still people that hunt dragons?
Not as many as you would think.
I told him I'd ask around, see if anybody's seen any sign of these parents at all. I'd rather just return it to them than incur any wrath of them finding out that their baby's in a cage. No concern to the possibilities of I'm looking for 2 adult dragons, by the way. Nobody's questioning this.
Not Seraphina's just like, this is unfair.
That sounds like a bad idea in like normal sane person speak, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You think any of us are in this room are fucking sane?
Leo's only looking at it as this is a baby that needs to be returned to its mom and dad.
Question?
Hmm?
You just want to tote around a baby dragon? Looking for its parents, which are much bigger.
Oh, either that could go very poorly, or they could be grateful that we returned it. Who knows?
Or they could think you're the one that stole it.
Depends on what the baby says.
Seraphina looks over at Danika and mental to her real fast. So, I get in trouble for running off into an undercroft that I didn't know was dangerous or anything of this nature, but he wants to go toting around a baby dragon!
He's gonna look at the lady.
Yeah, just quick response. I don't think toting around a baby dragon is barred behind a staff-only sign.
He's gonna look at the lady. Try to give him a break. He was trying to actually return it to where it needed to go. But that's sort of my plan, is to see what I can do to help. He said it's been here for a while, so, and from what I understand, you only got this position a couple months ago, so it may just not have reached you or something. I don't think it was that no one told you on purpose.
She seems lost in thought at the moment.
Did I say something?
Oh, no, you did not. You're fine. Wouldn't worry about it. That's DM, sorry. I know that sounded a little unnerving. That was my intention, but it wasn't meant to be the character. Not this time, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if it's alright with you, I mean, for me to come back and see if I can get it to calm down enough.
Of course.
Unfortunately, I can't understand it. It understands me, though, so that's a start.
What kind of dragon is it?
He said it was a...
Earthquake dragon.
Yeah. Earthquake?
It would not understand you because of what it is. Interesting.
I mean, it seemed to respond to me when I spoke to it.
Well, more you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Catastrophic dragons are ones that turn their backs on the draconic gods, believing the primordials would win the war. Sided with them. Hence their more primordial realms.
All the more reason to make sure that its parents stay happy, right?
Indeed.
I mean, whatever caused them to leave it there, that's probably what concerns me the most. Doesn't sound like something that they would do just to leave their egg behind. I wonder if they were running from something.
Possible.
Danika say this.
The fact that they haven't returned is just as concerning. What would Danika say?
Wait, you said that thing understands you?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Shouldn't be a problem then.
Well, it's definitely not happy about its situation. I mean, then again, what would be happy about waking up in a cage when it's first born?
There was no further comment.
Well, let's go say hi to it. It's kind of cute once you get past the angry face.
Most creatures are.
Few times that can be said where Danika doesn't have to question if you're trying to flirt with her. Right.
I'll make sure they stay out of trouble if they come back.
You do that.
And you could do to smile a little bit.
Were you saying that too?
To the assistant.
Danika in the background, you know, one of these days you're gonna do that and someone's gonna fucking stab you.
You know, you weren't sure how it was possible. Somehow her resting bitch face becomes more bitchy.
I'll get you to like me one of these days. If I visit enough.
Please leave.
Fine. Sorry, I tried to flirt with a pretty lady. He'll just head to the door.
I will stand as you approach. We leave now?
Yeah, we leave.
Okay.
Looks like we're free to go. I told you everything would be alright, Seraphina.
Yeah. Sure you did.
You're free to go, you should not leave from the door. What the fuck?
Bye, Assistant Headmaster. Sure there's no other dragons on your campus you don't know about.
Danika, before you leave, as you're heading towards the door, because you're going to be the last one to...
Yep.
The door shuts in front of you.
corner eye looky thing. Problem.
The purple tyrant chases you, doesn't he?
He chases his end.
Don't we all? Don't we all? And the door will open for you again.
She doesn't look any different than usual.
Oh.
Well, maybe slightly annoyed since she was... Her plan to move was halted by 2.5 seconds.
Yes. It's fine. What's the worst that can happen?
She didn't seem to have a problem with you guys going to stop and say hello to the dragon, so let's go and do that before she changes her mind.
I think Danika looking slightly annoyed is Danika looking normal.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
we're
wait.
good.
Yeah, you know what? Fair. Just a slightly itchier eyebrow.
Fair.
Right,
Yeah,
so
you-
tiny dragon thing?
I mean, it's
Oh,
not so tiny.
Yeah, you guys head to the classroom. The professor's out there. The door is still open. At least you don't think that professor's there. You don't see him.
When Leo goes to look in, the first thing you guys see him do when he doesn't see anyone is look up.
Well, thankfully, all the cage doors are closed this time.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing on the ceiling.
Okay, well, he's not being taken around by a giant bird this time.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna ask questions right now.
It was kind of funny to walk into, actually. He was about 30 feet up, hanging onto a bird.
Bird fell on him.
He hit the ground hard. It was kind of funny. It's over there, and he'll point to the cage that the bird got put in.
Which you see a over 5.5 foot tall bird with like ash and fire coming off of it.
Don't recommend touching it. Apparently, it's normally trained to take heads off.
That would not surprise me. That's a rather large bird.
The professor man called it a warbird.
You would be right.
He's gonna go over to the cage with the dragon.
I will say there is one creature missing, even though the door is closed, or even though the cage door is closed.
Mm-hmm.
The Bahir.
Hmm.
At least you think it's missing.
He's not going to question that. That's not his current interest.
Bahir is big, bad.
He's assuming that the professor probably took it somewhere, to be fair.
That's very possible, actually.
So have you
Right.
calmed down?
Staring at you.
Hmm. You know, Danika, you'd get along great with this one.
Hmm?
You guys share
Yeah,
the
you
same
see her.
expression.
Yeah, just looking at her, she's kind of looking at him. And normally when she does a mind thing, there's not much, but like you see like a partial glow to her, like her scaling and eyes is going like, do you actually understand him? Because it's one thing I kind of figured out. For some reason, my telepathy is like the monk speak of mind word.
You know?
You asking Leo this or the dragon?
I'm asking the dragon thing. Which, I'm sorry I talked over what he responded with.
It responds with, "I'm little." Again, that gravelly, rocky, deep bassy voice.
Just speaking aloud. Good, I only have to translate one way.
Oh, you can understand it.
So long as it speaks something.
Hmm.
I should say he understands you a little, apparently.
Does he understand that I want to take him back to his family?
Looking at that Durgan again.
Which you both still understand it for the most part.
Hmm.
A little.
He wants to escort you home. This is still to Durgan.
Am home.
Hell home?
Am home.
It sees this as home.
I was born here, I guess. Makes sense that it thinks this is its home. Your parents probably worried about you.
Do you think your parents would be concerned?
Parents.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Parents.
A creator of sorts.
Meanwhile, Seraphina at least understands Leo's fucking side of this conversation. Still
Yeah.
doesn't say anything.
It doesn't seem to understand what parents are.
Well, this could be.
They made you a mom and a dad. And they lost you. So they might be looking or worried.
Oh, how does Danika translate this? Gotcha. Looking at Durgan again.
It can understand Leo.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good, never mind.
It's just
Just Leo isn't able to understand it as well.
Gotcha.
yeah, it's like
It's like a broken common, I guess, for both of them.
yeah, most people who speak primordial can kind of understand elementals,
Gotcha.
but it's still a very broken translation. Because while yes, it's primordial, it's a more there's different versions of it for each elemental kind of thing. So it always sounds broken. Yeah. Oh. My brain is currently working.
So those side note, I'm only adding the telepathy flavor because she's normally not had to translate with this ability.
There.
I'm just assuming that takes more effort.
There. It kind of, it doesn't respond. It just kind of looks at. He looks between you two now. Same. Yeah, same face.
Mhm. If I find your parents, would you want to meet them?
Them.
Mm-hmm.
I see you come back. As are the rest of you like in the room over near the dragon, or still hanging back by the door, or
I feel like Danika would have been relatively close, so she is acting partial translator.
fair? About the other two.
Yeah, over by the dragon. That's why we came down here.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if you were just hanging back or what the deal was. I had to ask.
Literally, this was Nate's plan all along, to heist a living creature. He said jokingly.
You hear this voice from the door and turn to see this kind of mid-50s, maybe human. Obviously a professor. Obviously Leo, Kellen, the other person, I've seen him.
Ah. Did I give you more bad news?
Oh no.
Our little friend here thinks that this is home.
Oh great.
I'm trying to see if I can find where its parents are, if they'd be willing to go meet them. That's a bit of a work in progress right now. It hasn't answered.
Okay. Great.
Sending it away might not be a good idea while it thinks this is the home, but that could be a good thing, though, right? I mean, it won't destroy its home, I don't think.
That cage is designed to counteract its seismic activity, which would
Being as young as it is, probably can't control that as well, I imagine.
It can't. No. If it were to step on solid ground out here, the building would violently shake and begin to fall apart.
I hate to say it, but it might be better in here for now while it's happy with that this is its home.
Okay, that's fine. We'll put our ears out for its parents, and you do the same. You know, keep an eye out. Let us know if there's anything you find.
Yeah, that's the best thing I got for you. Is hope we can find them and see if it will be willing to go back to them. Like I said, sending it away.
Dragons. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, sending it away is probably not the best idea. It might just come back.
Yeah.
What was that, Danika?
Just over her shoulder. So you know a lot about dragons.
Very, very limited, based on obviously the different elements or typings that go along with them. general locations of the types?
Purple Tyrant.
Hmm.
Is that
Purple Tyrant. I'm not too sure. What kind of dragon is that?
Feels a gleam of a purple gemstone.
Oh, gemstone dragons. I know they're quite rare. Hmm. Quite rare. Nobody knows exactly where they are. I mean, it's possible that other than they deal in mind stuff,
Hmm.
no, they deal in the mind.
So like
I smoke.
psionic type of things, or
Yes.
huh? That's cool.
Gemstone dragons are the more intelligent ones. Not saying others aren't, but they're the ones more known for their intelligence and their cunning.
Hmm.
They're usually the balance. But to hear one referred to as a tyrant is really worrying, because they're also generally as powerful as, well, when speaking of dragons, generally the chromatic and metallic, the ancient gold and ancient red are generally the stronger varieties. All gemstone dragons, the ancient versions, are equally as strong as those two, because they are a balance between the two. Just specialize in certain areas.
Hmm. And they're pretty rare, aren't they?
Very much so. Not many have been actually seen. They've been noticed.
Hmm.
They're seen once in a while, but mostly glances. And nothing really more than that.
I see.
They're almost like a myth that exists.
Precisely. Like a myth, but yes.
Player needs time to formulate what the fuck they were just about to say. Continue.
In a sense, a myth that, while they do exist, they're rare enough for people not to believe others.
Right.
Yes.
Another question then. I'm not sure you know this one, but would you happen to know what field of study this vice head mistress took part in?
I'm not too sure. Just know she came a couple months ago and swiftly took that position as her own. I've only seen her use certain magics, one of which, I don't think she's aware that I know this, but I watched her turn one of our former professors into a fine dust.
Really?
Indeed.
If magic
But
can
I-
even do that.
Hmm?
What magic can even do that?
Oh, a simple disintegrate spell, to be honest. I say simple, it's still a decent level of magic, but it's a fairly mundane once you get to the higher levels of the magics.
I see. Be all for me.
Hmm. I think that's how Leo's got as well. I think at this point his only option is just to see if he can get a hold of the parents.
Fair. I just talking to you guys, you notice he kind of looks over at that one cage where the Bahir was? You didn't open that cage over there, did you?
No.
Alright, nobody move.
Uh,
Stay perfectly still. Hopefully I'm right about something. And if not, don't move. He will take off one of his shoes and walks about halfway into the classroom, because he was still, well, no, he would have walked over. He just kind of takes off his shoe and just throws it as hard as he can at that cage. It hits the bars, and you see this almost shimmer as far as inside the cage, as this thing has camouflaged itself.
hmm.
A better way to describe this. Think of the purple thing from Monsters Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because that's what Behirs remind me of anyway.
Oh, like Randall?
Yeah,
Randall.
Yeah.
that's what Behirs remind me of anyway.
The chameleon.
Yeah. Very except I will say the monster stat block for that creature does not say anything about it. This is my version. I like the thought of it just going, nope. You don't see me. I'm a deadly creature, and you can't see me. It was hoping someone would open the cage to look for it.
Smart
Just
predator.
safe to... Very smart. Too smart for its own good. Which is why it will be getting released, eventually. I need to find a safer place for it now. I forgot to do that temporarily. It usually just is there.
I think no one has any clearer message to give to the giant lizard back there.
I think I know where to find its parents.
Oh.
Looks over his shoulder to the dragon. He seems to know where they might be. Just what has a clear board.
Whoa. That's nice.
That's nice.
I feel like you two are going to become the best of friends, Danika.
Hmm?
The bad news is we might have to go to Dracaris to find them.
Oh, that should be rather interesting.
I'm assuming that's fancy talk for Dragonland.
That is indeed fancy talk for Dragonland, yes.
Yep. So tread carefully. Do not make anything angry.
Unless I have reason to.
Well, to be fair, we're gonna be treading on their territory, so if they get aggressive, kind of our fault.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please.
I've survived worse.
These are creatures based on destruction.
I was warned what not to say, let's put it that way.
Oh, what is that? Just in case I run into them.
Don't mention the gods, and I might survive.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
There was a
okay.
might in there, so keep that in mind.
Well, they're dragons. They are slightly dangerous beings.
I think it's gonna be a fun adventure. We gotta
What
go
is your
past that. Anyways.
Bless.
Get the thing from the one mountain and go across and stop there as a side trip is what he means.
I'm sorry, what mountains?
You know, the Pantier Mountains.
Oh, gotcha. Be careful over there, by the way.
Yeah, I was told that.
No. He'll look over the cage where the Bahir is.
Mm.
That's where I found this one.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
It had eaten a miner.
No, that's not good.
As in the orb processing or a wee
The
child?
orb.
The ore processing one. I would have seen it eaten. It ate a child had it eaten a child. Oh, I have the helmet if you want to see it.
No, I'm good.
Are you sure? It's right in my desk.
Helmet?
He walks over to the desk and
Right.
pulls out a yellow miner's helmet.
Seraphina ate someone.
Oh.
You see giant gashes in the top of the helmet where teeth may or may not have kind of pierced through the helmet.
Oof. That does not look pleasant.
in the least bit.
I mean, I'm surprised it chewed.
Oh, I think we've got enough here, and I think it's time to go. Let's leave before we piss off anyone that you guys are still here.
I like that thought process of, well, it's time to go. Yeah, that thing fucked that miner up. I'm out.
I've got a lot of plans to make. Well, Seraphina, turns out my dad went to the school.
Wait, he did? He was a student?
Mm-hmm.
Wow!
Yeah, one of the professors, does all the world stuff. Apparently, he took that class.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. That's impressive. Might dabble more in magic than you think.
We'll see. Because he was going to retire soon and planned to move to that village, so I'll get to hear some stories later.
Definitely. Professors, especially the retired ones,
Do enjoy talking quite a bit. No offense, Professor.
Alright, let's
I don't know if
go.
I should be offended by that.
Let's go before we cause more trouble. Come on.
All right.
We can come back tomorrow if you want.
Kind of looks at him like, uh-huh.
If we don't go traveling immediately in the morning. As I found out, I've got a time-sensitive item to go look for.
Oh, good.
He's just mumbling this as he's like pushing her out the door.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah, I'll explain later. Let's get somewhere else.
Let's head back to where we're staying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's gonna look at Casca. Do you want to stay here, or do you want to come back with us for the night?
I will go find the professor.
You know where we'll be. I'll let you know when we're actually heading out.
I will see.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You okay?
Oh no, he's just kind of zoned out slightly as he's
Fair.
He's like, I recognize this place
Yeah.
slightly.
He was a student here apparently, and his family took him away and put him in that place. That's about all I gathered.
Huh.
Headmaster told me what class he can go help out in, so he's at least got a place to be for a while.
Good.
Also, Far Realm.
I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we're talking
Explains-
as we're walking.
Yeah,
Mm.
it explains a lot about his sanity.
That's reassuring.
Mm-hmm. The professor was not much better, I'm just gonna point that out. Don't ask why I went to talk about the Far Realm.
As long as you don't ask me of when it's time to kill a dragon.
To kill a dragon. Why?
Because he's coming after me. It's only a matter of time before he finds me.
Why don't we go on ahead?
Wait! I thought my shit was bad. What's going on here?
Not good things, honestly.
Oh, we've got a lot to talk about then. Okay.
Kind of looks at Danika, then looks back over at Leo. Actually, you two have a lot to talk about.
I think
No,
we
but I-
all have something to talk about. Let's go. I'll explain more about why you shouldn't go down below later as well.
All right.
Yeah, so they'll head back to Barnabas.
Yeah.
Fair.
He's got a lot of things to cover in a very short amount of time. Well, actually, they got the whole day, but.
Mm-hmm. Very, very fair. One moment.
Go curl up by fireplace.
There's this
Hey.
dark, spooky corner to the left of a fireplace.
Well, since you're coming back to Barnabas's, I must now say goodbye to Headmaster Fenric Dula,
Oh, yes, of course.
Assistant Headmaster Briora Curdy,
Oh, assistant headmaster. Fuck.
Yes.
Why'd I think vice?
Vice
My
president.
squad.
Vice principal.
Principal. There it was. Who I'm suddenly much more suspicious about, because that's fine.
a brief with Barnabas and Chimkey.
Mm. That's fair. I'm gonna
Yes,
pretend
I'm so proud of his name being Chimkey.
that's the couch. I don't know where everyone else goes.
Just kind of like curled up in one little spot.
Dark,
Probably
spooky
with a
corner.
cup of tea and things.
That's fair.
Okay, maybe not a corner because that's too far from a conversation level, and then
It depends on where everything is.
Everybody's making their way comfortably onto this place, so let's touch things, shall we?
Do you have to put it that way?
Yes, always. There's a couch.
Sweet.
It has 3 cushions.
Where's the fireplace?
Here's the fireplace.
Okay, he'd be over here then. That's near fireplace.
Here is table.
means it gets stonework of fireplace here.
Here's coffee table. Here is a chair. Here is another thing. That kind of splits right there.
Perfect.
There we go. Have the living room. And I will make this even better for everybody.
Hmm.
What?
I forgot I had the square, so I was just making it visible enough for you to...
Fire.
Fire.
Better fixed.
There you go. So yeah, fire. You feel the couch kind of sink in on this side, by the way. But yeah.
So, should we start with the short story, or should we start with the long story? Why are you... Hi.
Hello. How are
Hello.
you?
Good.
Oh, do you want me to leave?
Well, I mean,
I'll
unless
see
you want
myself
to
out of my
learn...
living room.
Yeah, if you want to learn some, potentially dangerous information that could get you
No,
killed.
no, it's fine. I'll see myself out of my own living room.
You're the one who
Make
offered the
his
place
way
for
through a door.
free.
He'll just head out the door. Chimkey
Real
just
quick
stays
before you
sitting
go,
on the table. Yes.
How do you value dragon parts?
I wonder what I can make out of them. If you ever come across a dragon bone flute, or the supplies to make one, I would gladly take it. Some people buy those very well. pay high price for those.
Especially if they're sparkly.
Most definitely.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Oh, I am very intrigued. I must go start planning. And he just disappears. Chimkey stays. He just kind of bounces over to the seat.
Okay, well, we've got a chicken friend. I think
Don't worry about it.
I think we should start with the killing the dragon thing.
Yes, I intend to kill a dragon.
Besides that, it's hunting you. Why is it hunting you?
I want its dolly back.
Ah, so the thing was from that?
Yeah.
Okay, killing the dragon, cool. I think that's all I need to know then.
Wait, what kind of dragon?
Gemstone. Amethyst. I'm assuming it.
Oh shit, the purple tyrant.
Oh my god, the chicken knows more about it than most of us.
That is the second time I've heard that today.
I've only overheard it in conversation.
You've been
Sorry.
in conversation to overhear that, something that specific.
Oh, somebody complaining about how the purple tyrant destroyed his fields or something because he didn't offer up enough.
Enough what, exactly?
I mean, most... Well... offerings, you know. You to appease something, you give offerings.
Like treasure. typically.
Exactly.
Well, this seems like our first priority, if I had to say.
You want to kill the dragon?
I can go around the dragon while Danika takes care of that part.
You want to go after its horde.
You think you can handle a great worm?
Listen, I have gone around and avoided a great number of men that I would call great worms, so...
This is older than an ancient dragon.
You want to rob it? I don't think pissing
They were
it
also
off.
old men.
Okay, listen,
Well,
I don't...
It's going to be dead!
I don't...
Clearly, that is the plan.
I don't think pissing it off and having a second person being hunted in our little group is a good idea.
Listen, dead people don't mind when you rob them.
Yes, but we actually have to achieve that goal. What happens if we all die and you're left alone trying to rob it?
That would be very sad.
It might not be too happy. It might make you part of its horde.
We will all collaboratively kill the dragon, and then we will take all of the gold.
Sounds like
Does
a
anyone have any
plan.
objections with this plan?
I would like to live and to actually plan this out a bit better.
Well, it's just the first draft. Give me a break.
The rough draft is we kill it and take its shit. Got it. Yes, he is mocking your accent.
Chimkey looks over at you, Danika. Are they always like this?
Annoyingly so.
Look, I'm gonna level with you a lot here, okay? This thing is responsible for enslaving many villages.
Oh, that's what a tyrant does.
There's a city that used to exist. It doesn't exist anymore.
Mm.
It was one as large as this one.
I'm not saying this should be the first thing we deal with immediately. There are other things that might interest our little treasure hoarder over there that I've got.
I'm not a hoarder. I expeditiously get rid of the treasure after I get it. I just do it in
and
exchange for
Barnabas.
other things.
You and Barnabas would get along so well.
I had a feeling that that might be the case, but it felt awkward talking to him when I'm sleeping in his bed. A bed that he owns, to clarify.
I was about to
Oh.
have questions.
I would highly suggest not sleeping in his bed. That man sweats profusely.
And now I no longer wish to speak with him.
When he sleeps.
How do you feel, Nate, about robbing someone who's an asshole?
Go on.
It happens to apparently have some sort of royal lineage and probably has a lot of gold.
Listen, it may shock you all to learn that architecture is not what I do for a living.
Oh my
But-
god, really?
Robbing assholes happens to be precisely my forte.
Oh, good.
Looks over to Chimkin. You don't happen to have an ale summoning button, do you?
I've got a bag full
Hold
of
that
liquor.
thought. Is it dwarven?
Let me look at his inventory real quick.
Listen, heist plans go much worse after drinking. I just want to put that out as a disclaimer. I have too much
I wouldn't
experience
count
with
this
this.
as a heist.
We're not heisting anything yet.
Oh, well, now you're just ruining all the fun.
I've got Fey wine.
That'll work, actually. Let me get glasses.
That shit's expensive.
You know what? Keep the bottle. Seems we have a couple in here.
Sweet.
Comes out, tray on his back, enough wine glasses for all of you, and an extra one. You're not sure why.
And he hasn't even gotten into the story yet.
He kind of ups the tray up onto the table. Don't tell Barnabas. We're missing 2 bottles now.
Fair enough.
Do I do the thing that makes me look at the like I have a problem? Just grab the bottle.
You will be civil and grab a glass.
Yeah, Danika will do the same, actually. For now.
Pace himself while he's talking.
Right, this should be a little less annoying for me. Continue.
So, long story short, I found out who ordered my father killed and tried to kill me. Happens to be my grandfather.
And this is where I'm out.
Bye!
Familial disputes? Nope.
Mhm.
Just leaves. Familiar disputes? Nah, fam, I'm out.
I would have been so happy if he left with a wine glass balancing on his back.
You notice a wine glass is missing.
So, he's in the Feywild, and that's probably where my mom is. The downside, he's a lord?
Right.
Hmm.
Lords are usually quite easy to catch off guard. I wouldn't be too concerned about that.
Heir to the Fey throne and the third most powerful ruling party in the Feywild.
That sounds slightly outside my area of experience.
Yeah. That's, probably not going to be a fan of me, so I will be hiding my face if we go there. But I have an idea. There was a contract of the second most powerful party to assassinate him in this other place. I wonder if I can turn them against my grandfather by putting the idea in their head that he was probably the one who put out the contract. Especially with some knowledge of that he's been taking over lands and even encroaching on other lords' properties. So he's already probably not favored by people. I want to start a war.
Interesting.
Just a matter if I can even speak with this person. Yes, a war. Because we're gonna need help to attack a place like that. And if I can also get a rebellion going, that would be helpful.
Oh, let me get this straight here. Evil king.
Mm-hmm.
Revolt. Sudden long lost heir takes over throne.
I have no interest in that, and believe me, I'm still getting used to the idea that I am apparently related to a royal family.
Okay, you're not as stupid as I thought you were.
I figured I'd leave whatever my mom wants to do with the place. Really hers in the end. I would probably be... To be fair, I believe they have a word for what I am. Bastard child? When it comes to, like, you know, nobles and shit. Don't think I'll be too fond. They'll be fond of me taking over anything anyways.
Well, if your father and your mother were married, then you're not a bastard.
It was a very unapproved marriage that my mother ran away from her home to get married.
Well, if you're married, you're married.
Yeah.
Well, it's never... Actually, never mind, I wouldn't say this because I don't have a fucking clue how that shit works.
That doesn't mean that, or at least my grandfather probably doesn't think of me as any heir of any kind.
It doesn't really matter what he thinks if he's dead.
Exactly, and there's someone willing to help me with that. But first, I have to find his body.
His... what? You've lost me.
Big, creepy, shadowy guy. His soul is torn away from his body. Yeah, he's willing to help if I can find his body, so he can go back into it.
No, you lost me at big, creepy, shadowy guy.
Okay, good.
Does that not give you red flags? That gives me red flags.
It gives me a lot of red flags because he's also the one that was originally hired to kidnap my mom, so trust me, there's a bit of a...
Why don't we just find a different way?
That's why I'm also looking at this possibility of just starting a revolt and a war. If I can get other people on my side.
No, that'll take years. Just have someone kill him.
How
Yes, tiny
easy... It is hard. I keep, like, not looking at the chat, so...
It's fine.
At the very least, I want an ally. There'd be other ways that they might be able to help us.
Well, it is technically quite hard to get to the Feywild, unless I'm confused.
Oh, trust me, I know that's a possibility. As far as the Feywild thing goes, apparently the teachers at the school could actually get us there. Same with a few other planes that I want to go to.
Well, as long as we don't do anything ridiculous at the school and piss everyone off, then that wouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm, yeah, see, that's why I'm like, please behave. But then again, they don't have a problem with me.
Yet.
Sinks down, sure.
I wonder how the hell that head mistress seems to know I'm being chased by this purple fuck.
She reads minds. That might be part of it.
It's a shame I
I'm
never
not confused.
thought about it till that point.
Maybe it's the scales.
Maybe she's seen it.
Mm.
And what did the scales say exactly, other than I'm draconic in nature?
I don't know. They're purple like an amethyst, right?
As far as I've been able to tell, they've been mostly transparent, unless, for whatever reason, they glow? Glue? Did the bright thing. My player brand.
Don't ask me, you'd have to ask her those questions.
Seraphina, she didn't even know that there was a dragon in her own school, okay? I wouldn't put too much stock in this woman. But the headmaster, he could know things.
She's only been around a few months, Seraphina. She hasn't been in that position very long.
What did you and the headmaster talk about?
I asked him about the items I found, and got Cask a place to stay. We talked about what school used to be, or at least why it has the new one built on top of the other one.
Yeah, what was that, by the way? Because we were down there and, well, it was hard to parse. It was just stone and torches and usual mysterious dungeon things.
Okay. Well, I had learned before that apparently there was some necromancy going on, and that caused a lot of the havoc down there back in the day. Headmaster kind of elaborated on that. One of the professors got one of their students to try to bring someone back. Some kind of devil or demon came back instead. And it is currently sealed away down there. From my understanding.
Yeah, that's possible. What if they got something else down there?
I still wouldn't risk it just to be safe.
What was that teacher doing down there? Something doesn't add up.
Well, we can investigate further into it, but for now I think we should kind of leave it alone. He also mentioned that your professor did disappear without a trace.
Yes, he did.
And that he unfortunately didn't have any answers or knew how to help in that department.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
back to square one.
I would say if you want to ask more about the underground, he seemed willing to talk about it. He was apparently a professor at that old version before he became the headmaster.
And he's been around a while as well.
Mm-hmm. The lady
Well.
has not, from what I understand. She showed up a few months ago.
She meant more the woman's age, not necessarily like
Yeah.
in her position.
Yeah, well, she wasn't in, from what he's gathering, remember, even the guy said that she just kind of showed up one day.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't like a professor, right? Jay? She was not a teacher at the school.
She was not.
Yeah, so she's only been there literally a couple months, is what he's saying.
That can't be right because Seraphina knew who she was.
You'd seen her around. She didn't get the position of headmaster's assistant until about 2 months ago.
So
Okay.
she's been at the school working there for a long time.
Not necessarily working.
Okay.
Unless she was coming there as a broad researchy thing.
A researcher or even just a student.
Hmm. That makes sense.
And she's a bit old to be a student, actually. By the way, headmaster mentioned that. That this player pointed that out.
Well, no offense to the headmaster, but whatever's interesting down there will be precisely the thing he isn't willing to talk about.
Well, if he was willing to tell me that something sailed away down there.
An excellent reason not to go down there.
I feel that his level of conspiracy best saved for a lot more alcohol.
I get less wary of conspiracies when I'm drunk, sadly.
And you can speak about them freely without concern. That's how it works, right?
Another thing. Too. Feywild thing always is gonna wait. I'm not planning on doing any planar travel this very second. I know that I can come back to the school, which is basically the information I needed to know. But I do have something I need to do before I can ask that professor to take me anywhere. So once we're done in our little section here with Seraphina's home and checking out that serpent place, I need to go to the Pantier Mountains. Across the water.
Oh, that's very far away.
It is, and it turns out that an item may have been stolen and is there.
An item?
Yeah. It was meant to go to a museum. And it went missing. An artifact.
They say what artifact?
She was able to figure out what it was. Called a Rod of Resurrection.
Well, that's self-explanatory.
And what do they do in the mountains? They mine and they have research teams that dig. They're looking for something. So that would be the more time-sensitive thing because I don't know how old this contract is.
I have a question for DM.
Mhm.
Is this like a specific rod, or is a rod of resurrection like are there lots of those and this is just one? Like, is it an item, or is it like?
It is a specific item.
Can I do like a religion roll to see if it's like if I know anything about it?
Yeah.
You can attempt.
He did.
Go
He
ahead.
did say that it was meant to go to a
You're not
museum,
wrong.
so it
Mhm.
definitely sounds like it's. That's why he thinks it's like an artifact of sorts, but it's
Let's try
dangerous to have in possession. Is why Leo wants to go look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, I only got a 12.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't really recognize what the item is. Yeah, I'd say you're not really familiar with it.
Alrighty, there was an attempt.
There was an attempt.
I do know that it was, at least from what she told me, a cult tried to use it once to revive a god. That's not a good idea. Probably best if we get it back to where it can be safe and not in the hands of people like that.
So, a cult wants to use the rod to revive a
It
god.
was used. They weren't successful. It got
at the
lost.
time-
And they found it. Yeah.
Hmm. And we have just had a run-in with a cult who want to, if I'm right about this, resurrect a god. Yes.
Well, we haven't actually checked it out. The headmaster seems to think it might just be them spreading the rumor to scare people.
I think we need this rod,
I think
even as a contingency plan. I think we need to get this rod.
I think the rod belongs where it was meant to in the first place.
Yeah, it was stolen from the dock area when it was supposed to get transported. Before
It
got
belongs in a
transported.
museum, to
Yes.
which it can be sold for a great sum of money.
Right.
No.
We have a contract. They're probably offering pay of some sort.
We can check that kind of thing on the way.
It doesn't say whether it does or not. But I'm not about to get something that was stolen and ransom it.
I am. I see no problem with this.
And I would rather use it to revive my father rather than going through the actual channels. But what's your point?
Well, we can get the rod, revive your father, and hold it at ransom.
No, I know my dad well enough to know he wouldn't like that idea. Plus, you don't even know what it, like, fully does. You wouldn't have, I don't know how to use it or anything.
I know it sits well in a museum case after being sold.
I
Oh,
would love to
Jesus.
see you try.
Listen, this benefits the community. I see no problem.
I'm gonna put it to a vote. Anyone who doesn't think Nate should hold on to it, raise your hand.
Oh, I see. So when I steal from people that you want me to steal from, it's all right. But when I try and do something legally, it's not okay. I see how it is.
It's not legal to ransom things, though.
It's legal to sell things you own, and once I pick it up, I own it.
No.
You do not own it. It was stolen.
It was stolen, and there's a contract to return it to its rightful owner, essentially.
Well, then, if the contract pays enough, we won't have a problem.
That's not how this works.
And we're leaving Nate behind when we go to do this.
Listen, I'm just seeking just compensation for our hard work. Those mountains are very far away. We're going to need
They're also
You
very
know,
dangerous.
travel charges reimbursed,
No,
housing
it's-
charges reimbursed,
It's not going to cost
something
me
for the trauma that we're going to have.
It's not going to cost us a thing to travel there. We just have to get to Mistralis, and I have a way to just teleport us there.
They don't know that.
We are not giving an itemized list to anyone for returning something. We should do it out of the goodness of our hearts.
Listen, I like to see people rewarded for the goodness in their hearts.
I'm doing it because I'm worried that they're trying to revive something dangerous that could potentially kill a lot of people.
Exactly.
We're all on the same page about that.
Mm,
I pointed that out a moment ago.
Who knows what could be buried in those mountains?
Anything, really.
Things.
Us, if we're not careful.
I just know that this rod it's stronger than normal magic. So
And it's
they could be
extra
dead much
dangerous.
longer than what a normal resurrection spell could bring back.
That is extremely dangerous then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, but dangerous. Any magic has the ability to be a two-sided coin, especially in items like that. Sometimes it is safer simply to lock away.
Right. So let's continue. As he looks back at his notes. How do you guys feel about possibly killing a beholder?
A beholder.
Big thing with eyes, apparently.
Why?
What do
You
we
realize how
beholding?
big that sounds?
What was that, Drag?
Do you realize how vague that sounds?
And something in the far realm.
I thought that's where people went crazy and we were not trying to go there.
I mean, it is possible to go crazy while there, but I think we'll be fine.
Wait, is that another?
It's another-
That's another plane? Why are so many things of great concern in other planes for us recently?
Not just for me.
I got excited. I thought it was a holiday home or something.
But I from the sounds of it, it kind of sounds like another tyrant situation. People kind of just blindly worship it.
People blindly worship a lot of things.
That is true. Also, you know, there is a little bit of a concern. Something called the Forsaken Serpent with the whole cult thing that we're gonna go check out here pretty soon, right? Like, do you guys know of any serpent gods?
Can I roll for that?
He's not
You
very.
can surely attempt.
He's not very religious. He knows like of a few basic gods, but he wouldn't know any like that.
Nate is pretty religious. He might get to roll too.
Is there a way I could convince you to let me roll history and not religion?
Honestly,
Specifically asking about a god, so I don't know.
see, this is a tough one because you could argue for both.
Mhm. History gives you a
because-
different kind of.
It does.
Yeah.
It gives you more of the knowledge as far as like of what exists and that kind of thing. Religion would give you the type of people that worshipped it, you know,
What type
what
of
their
god it was
domain it is.
specifically,
Yeah. what domain it is, stuff like that. History would be more name what it was, that kind of thing.
You know, I'm just
Sure.
gonna go ahead and roll it in case there's the biggest possible chance of Danika would
Sure,
know.
go ahead, roll either history or religion, depending on what people want to know information-wise.
I'll probably go history, because odds are... Okay. Okay.
I'm casting guidance on myself.
Mm.
Never mind, don't need it. That's a natural 20.
Cool.
Damn, it does work. Okay, 15 on my end.
Okay.
I got a 19 on religion.
Okay.
I'm scared what the total was there, Seraphina.
26.
Remember,
Jesus.
skills don't go nat 20.
Yeah.
That
20
26 scares me though, because 25 gives something much more. So, what was yours, Danika? 17?
15.
15, okay. You're not too sure with a 15. You know a couple names of gods, but that's, the basic ones that people know. Something that just goes by the Forsaken Serpent. It's not really one that you're familiar with.
But most likely something possibly heard in passing in her Poduncast village.
Yeah. But mostly referred to as just that. No other name associated with it, though. So with a 19, and with a 19, you know of two different serpent gods.
Hmm.
One wouldn't really fit the Forsaken motif, because it is actually a good one. It's one that I will say, this is one that you guys are about to find out how wide open my pantheon of gods is.
Mm.
The first one you can think of, Serpent, is one that legit has serpent in its name. That's the World Serpent.
Okay. That
Um,
definitely doesn't suit the Forsaken
No,
motif.
because this one's no more as a good one. The other is Zahir, the Cloaked Serpent.
Hmm.
And since you rolled religion, Zahir is a very evil god.
Like exceptionally evil.
Player knowledge, chaotic evil is the alignment.
Oh, that is exceptionally evil.
That is evil.
That's like the evil gods don't even want them around level of evil.
Yes, actually.
World burns, all followers of everything ever are dead.
Except for mine, because they're mine. They are they are also known as the Great Serpent Master of Poisons and Shadows. They are known to be usually followed by like assassins that kills no recourse.
Okay, so assassins that kill people, cloaks, poisons,
Mhm.
looks at Leo.
That's fucked.
Okay, but Leo actually has his reasons, to be fair. He doesn't just kill people to kill people.
Snake motif. I'm seeing connections.
Don't worry,
That's all
I've
I'm
already
saying.
messaged Jay saying, I don't like that he's going somewhere called the Forsaken Serpent.
Oh yeah.
And he's a snake assassin boy.
Nate is going to be very
He might
open with the
oddly-
party about all this info, by the way.
Yeah, he might oddly fit in. Or they might like him really quickly. Which is
We'll get to
good or a bad thing.
We'll get to that bridge and cross it when we get there.
My concern is what that means, though.
Seraphina,
Hi.
you rolled over my threshold for extra information, and you rolled history.
Yeah.
So you don't, you're thinking, and you get the two same names. The World Serpent and Zahir. And you're sitting there thinking, as does Nate give out this information he can recall?
Yeah, to everybody.
Okay. Well, you get this information, Seraphina, and the stuff that Nate says actually helps you with a little bit more. And you do recognize the name Zahir. And And then it hits you. You didn't recognize the Forsaken Serpent name when it was mentioned before. Because I think it was mentioned before, right?
He mentioned it to her.
Yeah. When it was mentioned to you before by Leo, it didn't ring any bells. But now you're getting all this extra information. Now something clicks. You had heard that name referenced before near your village, near your town you lived in. People were passing through, and you heard them mention the name as they passed by. And some other, you've noticed as far as people talking about how, last time they were stopped or something, this is like the 5th or 6th time they've been stopped. These people are never giving up attempting. So these rumors of cloaked figures and stuff like that in that area probably has some merit to it that they're still trying.
He did say that there was rumors of them cropping up again, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that gives
that's why
you
they went to check it out.
Yeah, this is probably no longer a just check it, it's probably nothing, just check it on the safe side, to we should probably check this. They're probably trying to bring back this completely evil being.
Mhm.
And you get one other thing.
Mm.
Zahir, while yes, is the main god, it has its own little you get the history of another name it goes by, or it went by, before it was able to wriggle its way into the more known god pantheon. And that is Set. And he was the pinnacle of evil. So yeah, have fun with that information.
Good, 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 good. She does share with the class.
My
As a
dad.
fun-
Hmm?
As a fun fact, by the way, for player knowledge, that's actually something I found on the Forgotten Realms wiki. Zahir was Set, a member of another pantheon who managed to join the Faerunian one under a different name.
Mm.
Oh,
That's
God,
concerning.
Blaine, why did you just do this to me? Oh, must not torture people.
Continue.
Okay.
My dad apparently dealt with them once before, but if they're not giving up, then they're probably... Well, that's, 13 years. They've had some time to regroup.
Yeah.
I guess it's not such a bad idea to do more than just look into it. I'm not sure how comfortable you are with them being so close to your home, so we probably should deal with that. I mean, if they just kill people to kill people, that's not good.
No, which leads me to be more concerned about my vision.
Mm. Well, it's something we can look for while we're there, just to make sure.
I don't even know where he was. I need to find out where that happened, where he is.
Well, I don't think there's anything up that way, so with luck he went somewhere else. At least would cross off that danger.
Too many people have been disappearing.
Yeah. I think
More
we should.
pressing matters are to find a stick or kill some cultists.
I would
Well,
say
we have a lead on the stick, so
we have a lead on this too, and this is also much closer. To pull out like the map and kind of show you guys where they need to go essentially, and it's literally across this continent. It's like we are on the opposite side right now.
Yeah, the mountains are on one side, and then like.
Well, not even the to Mistralis is across this particular continent before we even go across water. We're on the opposite side of this place, so it is going to be quite a travel to even get there. Leo's looking at it as dealing with the stuff that's near rather than doing a go this way and then have to come all the way back.
Yeah.
Plus, if they ever have to look into it again in the future, if they're not giving up and they keep cropping up,
Yeah.
they're already going to be coming back to the school for his player travel anyway, so they'll be nearby again eventually. Weed them down to make their numbers smaller.
if we thin them out and then unattended they get the rod before we were able to get it, then that seems like more of a loss than us getting our hands on it before we fight them.
Well, the rod is way over here. Here, I'll post the map.
We don't know how much of a head start they have.
I don't know
Like you
if
said,
they're...
you don't know how old the contract is.
Well, the contract is not for the same group, I don't think.
Yes, but if it's been missing for a long time, then it's possible that they could have already gone after it, which means we don't know how close they are.
Oh, who knows if they... Okay, here. I'm posting the map for Nate's purpose here because this is what he means by it is across the world here.
Well, yeah, but the distance is irrelevant if they've already left a long time ago to go get it.
We don't know. He doesn't know if there's a connection between this cult and that, though. He's talking... Okay, the one that he was talking about was for Bane. That is a different god completely.
Yeah, but this rod is liable to be useful to any
If
given...
they know it exists, because at the time, when it... Okay. He can explain this, so pretend he's explaining this. But the actual contract for the rod was from Ustras is how you pronounce it?
Ustras, yes.
Okay.
Ustras.
So, which is below where Leo's home is, that island below there. Why would they go all the way across to the Pantier Mountains if they could just go right back home to revive their god? Because you don't need a body for resurrection, necessarily. Resurrection
this could be player
restores
confusion.
the body.
I think that they need the rod to bring the god back regardless of whether they have a body or not. Am I confused?
We don't know if the rod has anything to do with
But why would they go all the way to the Pantier Mountains?
Because that's where the rod is?
It wasn't. It was. The rod was stolen from a museum in Ustras.
Yes.
Okay.
The contract is to retrieve it from the Pantier Mountains and return it to Ustras.
Yes, that is what he was saying. And that's... So what I'm saying is, if Ustras is
if
below
they
where
were the
his
ones who
home
stole it, they
is,
would have gone directly to... Okay,
yeah, they
I see
wouldn't
what you
need
mean.
to go... They wouldn't be going there looking for something to revive.
Yeah.
Essentially.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I was missing that step. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, is that we're pretty close to this general location. It might be worth checking out before we actually make the loop to Seraphina's home. Because of how, you see how, like, the map is there?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he has all this marked, essentially, on this specific map. This is his, like, world map thing. And that would lead him, while you guys are bringing the rod back, to the cars and on. So, yeah. He's looking at it like a loop of what's the most efficient way to deal with it all. I don't know. Logically, he wouldn't see why this group would stay over here if they're trying to revive something across the world.
And that's if they are actually in existence, and because right now it's just rumors that they're active over there.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, he had a rumor, or somebody said there's been rumors of sightings of them again. Unfortunately, he only has, like, a general location. He doesn't have an exact place to look, so it will be, like, a little bit of wandering. But if they're there, more than likely we'll be found first.
Fun! We're here for the cult stuff?
Well, and the other reason Leo wants to go look at it is because knowing his dad dealt with it once before is why he wants to go make sure that his dad didn't, you know, miss somebody or something.
Yeah.
So, plus, like, with Seraphina's thing, she's looking for her brother, and that is a good place to start, not too far from her home.
Hmm.
Just to be more on a safe side of this might be good to look into, just to make sure he didn't get kidnapped and ended up there.
Yeah, rather than going all the way to the mountains and then going east slowly. It does make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because he has a way to teleport from Mistralis straight to the mountains, so you can avoid the boat trip from there. It's just getting back might be a whole different
Yeah, we'd have
pathing.
to walk back. That makes sense.
Yeah. To get to Ustris, we have to go past your cars anyway, so that's why he's thinking go there, see if we can get those dragons to be nice and friendly. But yeah, this is what he would be explaining, is like, this is his ideal plan. To be efficient, essentially.
And we'll be able to supply here and in my hometown a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Could also ask Barnabas if he can get us to Mistralis. I mean, if he had a way here, maybe he's got something over that way.
Mm-hmm.
Might just have to come back to this area and have him move us there.
What was my name mentioned?
Hi!
Oh, my ears were burning. I heard my name.
Yes, yes. You wouldn't happen to have one of these little shops in Mistralis, would you?
Let me check. One moment. He just kind of walks away.
Definitely save on time.
Yeah.
You hear doors opening and shutting. One moment. I got a few more to check. Australis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's getting his yells are getting fainter as he...
I get the feeling we might need to start asking him to help us get to places. At least get us
Be very
closer to
delight-
places.
I'd be very delighted to help.
I feel like this solves all our problems.
Oh!
It's a lot of travel.
Found it!
Good.
I
so-
do have one.
Good.
Bad news, however.
Oh no.
It seems my ones to Dracaris, Ustris, and the Pantea region have all been destroyed.
Oh.
Good. So, well, we need to go to Mistralis. I gotta ask somebody some things there. Anyways, it's a double hit there. technically.
Danika
They
is
also
just
have a
gonna
way to Dracaris in
take a
there.
decent chug, but so she doesn't think about how he can hear them perfectly, but it's a struggle to hear him correctly.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that they can get to Dracaris from Mistralis as well. So if there's a way back from Pantier Mountains, they technically could do that as well.
Yeah.
He imagines there probably is. If there's a way to teleport, there's probably a way to teleport back.
Yeah.
It definitely would save boat trips.
Very
Being
much
stuck
so.
weeks on the sea.
Always wanted to go sailing.
We might have to go sailing from Dracaris to Oosterus.
That works.
I know the one place where he sent that letter to, I think you have to sail to, either way.
Yes.
So no matter what, we'll end up on a boat at some point.
Yeah. It's just how long and which one and where and...
Yeah, he is still waiting to hear back from like that, but he has to go back home to find out if he has heard back.
Mm-hmm.
But now he knows Barnabas can get him home quicker as well. So
Yeah.
This helps so much.
Fast travel!
Fast travel. Skyrim.
Unless more doors inconveniently break.
Do not jinx.
Please, fast travel.
So we could just get scrolls of teleport or something.
Those are so expensive.
They are very expensive. I kind of regretted it
Mhm.
after
Just buy
saying it.
one scroll of Lesser Divine Intervention. I'm told I can trade that with Mara for a shirt.
That sounds like we got a plan.
Yes.
Let's go. Guess we'll get ready to leave in the morning. Unless you'd rather leave tonight. Get as close
Nope.
as we can.
Nope.
What, you don't want to deal with them in the darkness?
I'm sleeping in a bed. Thank you. Good night.
Oh. Yeah. Just a pansy.
They just bang.
It's the middle of the day still.
He needs to lie down.
No, I should have asked the headmaster what all the classes were that my dad took.
I'm sure there are records of that.
Hmm. It sounds like he was probably the headmaster when my dad was around, so he might remember.
Well, if he was into making things, there are quite a few, especially magic items.
You know, there was something weird though. He didn't recognize my mom's name. Did he even hint that he knew, like, recognized the last name, Jay?
He didn't hint at it.
Okay.
He just only thing he said, he didn't recognize the name. He didn't specify if he recognized the last name.
Mm. Yeah, well, the reason I said that is because there is a wild teacher that knew quite a bit about my grandfather.
It's possible that he just never studied that far into it.
Hmm.
I know I didn't. I know basics of certain things, but never anything concrete. Never anything that deep either. If you're focused in on that section, then absolutely, you're going to know as much information. But if that's not your focus...
Wanna know a funny thing? The professor knew my mom.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, he's a paranoid little rabbit.
What?
Yes!
She's just gonna chug the rest of her glass.
I warned everyone.
He was paranoid because I guess he was imprisoned there once.
That would definitely do it.
What is with this place and talking lunch?
Lunch? That is a person, Danika.
Nate is like lunch.
He went to bed
You were
suddenly.
going to take a nap.
He left the door open.
Here's
What'd you
this.
say?
The only word he hears out of the entire conversation. Lunch.
Piqued his interest.
God damn it. She thinks that the rabbit person should be lunch.
Well,
I'm just
what's the
saying that
proportion of
rabbit is
person to rabbit?
typically
Uh,
lunch.
No!
We're not
What?
eating a professor.
Listen, if I was a human brain stuck in a rabbit body, I wouldn't be that resentful of it.
I think I'm gonna turn in early too. He's gonna chug his glass.
I might need something a little stronger.
See, this is why he needed to lie down. He's not dulling this conversation with alcohol. He's been taking the full force.
I've got whiskey.
Sure, yeah, fine.
Yeah, okay. It's sherry.
Again, I'm not saying I wish to eat the professor. I'm just saying that rabbit and chicken is typically lunch and doesn't talk to you.
He pulls out the whiskey bottle and sets it down.
I think that our chicken host is going to resent that statement.
I've said this to him before.
This is true. And yet, we're still here somehow.
He's gonna pour himself a tall glass of this whiskey. And just hand the bottle to Danika.
Yeah, Danika will be matching.
Feel like they're both just looking with the stare of fuck it.
Nate has left Seraphina surrounded by alcoholics.
Seraphina's not staying there very long, don't worry.
I just want to be a fucking forest hermit again.
This might be a night he gets like really drunk again because now he's just like, I'm done. I'm done. The conversation is over.
So every night, basically.
No, I said it last time that he's actually slowed down a bit. He does, okay. If you ever ask him, he does have a reason why he drinks.
Yeah.
You just never asked him.
So what you're saying is Danika and Leo are gonna try to be out drinking each other.
Yes.
Cool.
Meanwhile, they're busy seeing who can piss off the other at the same time.
We're going to find them dead in the morning. Both of them, somehow.
Hey, hi, I am liverosis. Cirrhosis of lip. Yeah, that.
It probably actually
Soros.
looks hilarious with him trying to flirt with Danika drunk and she's just mad drunk. Or annoyed drunk at him, and it's like, it's their normal banter, but like a drunk version of it.
Man.
So it looks funny.
Nate can't even sleep because there's two drunks arguing in the living room.
That's true, they probably have no volume control.
It's not even like 4 o'clock yet. You're telling him it's not evening?
There's a problem. Danika is the quiet type. She is the
Yeah.
quiet Engie. She is a very quiet drunk. I think. I don't know. She's never been drunk.
Oh no.
It's time to
She's a
find out.
moderately quiet drunk.
You guys done with your conversations, filling people with information?
Yes.
For now, he's gonna focus on
For
that,
now.
and then if as they go to do stuff, he'll start bringing things up again.
Alright.
Those were the main ones
Mm.
that he wanted to cover.
So, what I want to say is this is where we will pick up next time with everybody doing their drinking and laying down for naps, apparently.
Seraphina does have something she'll want to do.
What does Seraphina want to do if
She
it won't take long?
She wants to find a way to scry. She can't do it herself, but she knows people that can. Or at least knows that there are people that can.
Who does she want to scry on?
She wants to find her brother.
Okay. Well, you're aware that Barnabas has some interesting magical items. You don't know what he might have here.
Yeah, she was gonna check with Barnabas, and then if he doesn't really have anything, which she's not counting on at this point, she might take the risk and head back to the school and find somebody that can help her out.
Oh, I am gonna message you something because he is going to want one other thing at some point, Jay, but I forgot about it until now. It would have been something he would have done while still at the school.
Okay. You go find Barnabas, and you ask him, as far as about this.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I do. Let me go look real quick. He'll go kind of look around. You hear stuff falling over.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back holding something in his hand. This might work. I'm not sure. He holds out a hand mirror.
I mean,
Just do the normal focus on who you want to see, what you want to see. Whatever, however you actually do the scry thing. I'm not sure.
I've seen it before a couple of times, so
Just focus on the mirror and you should... whatever, you know.
mm-hmm. Thank you. Do I owe you anything for this?
We just can't leave with it.
Okay. I will return it to you once I'm done.
That's fine.
She'll head to her room, close the door, and try and see if she can't use it to find her brother.
So, you focus on it. And your vision begins... The glass on the mirror begins to fog over. And it gets a thicker layer of fog over the glass. And fairly soon, the mirror just goes black. And after a few moments of sitting, waiting for it to change, it goes back to a normal mirror, as there is nothing to find.
That does not.
There's a few different reasons that could be. Technically, okay, there's a few different reasons that could be, to be fair. Either there's somewhere...
None of them good.
Well, either
None of them good.
Listen, either there's somewhere that they can't be scryed on, such as like an anti-magic area or something like that.
Non-detection.
Non-detection, all that stuff. That would prevent it. Another plane, because scrying you do have to be on the same plane.
Yeah.
Or technically it would still scry on them if they were like dead. If there was an access to the body.
No, it does not.
It doesn't? I thought it did.
No. Nope. Has to be a living being.
Ah. That would be option 3. There's a lot of other options, though, or reasons of why it wouldn't work. Besides that.
Yeah, just none of them good.
Well, at least a couple of them, you know, it means he's alive.
Could have, like, non-detection on, like, for all you know.
You could have found a shiny on the side. We're like, ooh, what is this? Just kind of looking it over, you know, just continues to play around with it and ends up attuning to something accidentally. That's non-detection.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Like I said, there's, like, he could be on just a different plane. There's a lot of planes. Obviously, there was easy access at the school.
Yeah, but the last thing she saw was not. It just yes. So no, this did not. This did
Well,
not
she didn't
help.
really describe that to Leo. She just said that she wanted to check. All she said was that he was missing to him. She didn't say whatever her dream was.
I have a stick.
That's even if her dream is true or she's just being paranoid.
Well, we'll worry about that at another point
Is
because
she
she's
ever
not going to bother.
You see,
She's not going to bother the drunks right now.
Well, they just started drinking. They're not really in a drunk phase yet, to be fair. So it is something that you could think about for next time, because they're not gonna get drunk from 2 sips of a drink. They're still comprehending at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that information found out, that is where we will call it.
Hey.
Have fun with that. Have fun with all the
Yeah.
other information that was learned.
So much.
Sure, everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. You know, it's always a great day when people are scarred.
Uh-huh.
They almost started a war. It's fun.
Start a war, we're gonna murder a dragon. I suddenly don't trust this lady that I thought was awesome.
Mm.
Who knows, she might still be awesome.
My
I'm just a
concern-
crazy person.
Player caught this. Character did not pay any attention to it. Was her sudden interest in the understanding Leo thing?
That's not what she was interested in.
I don't know. She just pointed that out.
The dragon is what piqued her interest.
Well, I know, but she made a comment to him specifically, is what I meant.
Mm.
Of, it can understand you. Remember, she asked that.
Uh-huh.
That was why I was like, player caught that, but character paid no mind to it.
You know?
I mean, he is going to be, unless you guys actually want to leave first thing in the morning. If we don't, he will probably be visiting off and on.
This is fair.
Nate still wants to know what's under the school.
Absolutely.
He could see if he could get their trust more to get more information about it.
That's not how Nate does things.
If Nate would like
Nate,
to attempt
I'm
to
gonna
break
give them
into it
give them a
again,
chance. We're gonna give diplomacy a chance on this. That's gonna
Why
be the plan.
would you
Okay?
ask someone to describe something to you when you could go look at it?
Because then if they refuse, we have reasons to be suspicious, and Danika will accompany you to the ruins as well.
This is a
Sure,
tolerable series of events.
Tolerable. Wow.
have a good night,
If
stream.
diplomacy fails, you
Good
have
night,
a reason
everybody.
to